If I could ask everyone to have a seat, we'd like to begin with our Planning and Administration Committee. And to the audience, I would just want to remind you that we audio and video record our meetings, so they are available. They do stream live as well. To our board, I ask that you kindly remember to push your red button when you have something to say on the record, and push it when you're finished. We have a limited number of active mics at any given time, so if you could please remember that. And if everyone would take their seats.
Thank you, Audrey. Good morning. I'd like to call the Planning and Administrative Committee to order. Secretary, please call roll.
Director Durante.
Here.
Director Fraga.
Here.
Director Higgins.
Here.
Director Hobson.
Here.
Director Pang. Director Ross.
Here.
Director Fuentes.
Here.
We have a quorum of 6 present, and 1 absent. If the record would also show that Directors Anderson, Buchanan, Colson, DeWitt, Lewis, McGallis, Melvin, Troiani, and Chairman Dillard are all also present.
Thank you. Next is the approval of the minutes from the meeting held on November 17, 2016. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, can I have a motion to accept the minutes? Director Ross, seconded by Director Higgins. Secretary, I have a second. Could you please call roll for the first vote?
Sure. Director Durante?
Yes.
Director Fraga?
Said yes.
Director Higgins?
Yes.
Director Hobson?
Yes.
Director Ross? Director Fuentes?
Yes.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
Next is an ordinance amending the RTA certification process for ADA paratransit eligibility. Nadine. I guess not you.
I don't really have anything to say. Allison Novak is our Deputy General Counsel. She will be presenting this issue.
Thank you.
Good morning, members of the committee. I'm the Deputy General Counsel, and I'm here. Is this thing on? No?
Slide it up.
Okay. All right. Is that? Okay. Okay, so I'm the Deputy General Counsel, and I'm here this morning to present our proposed plan to amend the process for the ADA Certification Paratransit Eligibility Review Board, or ERB. The proposed changes would alter the composition of the ERB board, which hears the appeals hearings. Through our contractor, MTM, the RTA administers a certification process for the paratransit program. The RTA is required by law to maintain an appeals process for paratransit certification applicants that wish to appeal a partial denial or denial of eligibility. Appeals hearings are held twice a month at the RTA, and on each of those days, we hear 3 or 4 appeals. Each hearing is overseen by a 3-person eligibility review board. The current board is comprised of 2 community representatives and 1 RTA staff member. At the appeal hearing, the appellant typically appears in person and presents arguments as to why eligibility should be granted. The appellant may also present additional information from doctors or other providers. The ERB listens to the testimony and asks questions of the appellant. At the conclusion of the hearing, the ERB members confer privately and either determine that more information is necessary to make a decision or they vote on a decision. Under the proposed structure, the ERB composition for a hearing would include 1 staff person from the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, or MOPD, 1 community representative, and 1 RTA staff person. The reason for the proposed change is to ease scheduling difficulties and ensure a timely appeals process. MOPD has generously agreed to designate a staff member to serve as a regular member of the ERB and attend all the appeal hearings, and we intend to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with MOPD. Our goal is to have the new ERB board in place in early 2017. Are there any questions?
Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Director Clausen?
In assessing this appeals process, do you have any statistics on how many people are turned down and then
Sure.
what happens on appeal? How many appeals are sustained? How many are reversed? Just to see if the system is working properly.
I do. So I have statistics. This is just for this year through October. We had approximately 50 appeal hearings. 18 decisions were upheld, 6 appeals were withdrawn, 8 were changed from no trips to either all trips or some trips, and 10 were changed from some trips to even more trips. Now, there were a few that aren't counted in the 50, and that was because There was a delay in getting a decision because we were still waiting to hear from a provider, so I don't have those final numbers.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, can I have a motion and second? Motion by Director Hobson, seconded by Director Pang. Secretary, please call roll.
Director Durante? Aye. Director Frega? Director Higgins? Aye. Director Hobson? Director Pang?
Aye.
Director Ross?
Aye.
Director Fuentes?
Aye.
7 ayes, no absent.
If there's no further business to come before the public session of the Planning and Administrative Committee, I will entertain a motion and second to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Director Randy, second by Director Frega. All those in favor?
Aye.
We stand adjourned.